Welcome cartoonists, I hope you got your pens ready. I'm doing something just a little bit silly and simple. We're going to have a little doodle which could keep you occupied over the weekend if it's not very nice weather. You can just have a play around with this. I'm going to show you a few different ways of drawing dogs' faces. And you can see just how many you can fit on a page. See how many different types you can do. So I'm starting with the top of the head and a couple of ears sticking out. There's no particular breeds here, I'm just sort of making them up. If there are any particular breeds you'd like to see how to draw easily, just leave a comment below and we can work on that for you. There's a couple of U shapes. If you've seen the angle of those ears and a couple of U shapes dangling down. And I'm just doing it step by step, if you can follow that. So that's like an N shape for the head, U shapes for the ears with some little triangles at the top as well. That's basically it. I'm putting a great big nose on this, and you can experiment with any of these. Whenever I shade the nose in, I leave a little bit that I don't colour in, and that makes it look shiny. So what I'm going to do now is a U shape up to the middle of the nose and round to the other side of the head, and you've got the like the mouth of the dog, the way that's set up. I'm just going to stick a tongue hanging out there. So you can vary these as much as you like. I'm doing all different types, no particular breed. We're making up our own breeds. You can give them a name, these breeds, if you like. Make up some silly names for them. There are the eyes. I've just left a little shiny bit and maybe a line for the top of the nose. I'm just keeping these really simple. Some little dots where the whiskers are sticking out. And that's one type of dog face. Here's another one. I'm giving this dog the big eyes that I sometimes do, the O with a little half circle next to it, which leaves room for a nose coming down. Now it's going to be in two parts. This is the short bit, and there's another line overlapping. And this is another really silly way of drawing a dog's face. That nose can be as big or as small as you like. There's no right or wrong. These are no particular breeds. We're making up our own sort of dog. So just work with me and have a play with it and see what you can come up with. I'd be interested to see if you send any pictures in. For the bottom of the mouth, it's very simple. I'm just doing a big U shape that links it all together. I'm not even going to put a mouth on there. I'm just going to leave it. There's the top of the head. And just see it above the eyes. And just droopy ears I'm putting on there. It's the N shape and going back on itself and back to where it joins the head. The neck can be at an angle like that. We'll do bodies another time. I'm just going to mainly concentrate on the faces. So no eyes, I'm just putting some dots for the whiskers. The dopey eyes that I like to draw is just a line across the eyes, just with those little pupils just visible there. So that's two. Here's another one. Great big N shape this time. You can try any of these. If I'm going too quick, just stop and watch for a minute and then wait till there's one that you'd like to have a go at drawing. That's the great thing about these workshops. You can just stop and watch or have a go, see what you'd like to draw. This one's got like two triangles there, and that's like the flaps of the ears hanging down. They're like flopping down those ears a little bit. So two triangles with like a little U shape underneath it. More of a triangular nose shape. Again, as you can see with every one, I shade them in and leave a little bit for the shine, let the paper show through. It makes it look like it's shiny. A bit of an irregular shape there. It's a bit tilted up on one side, but it doesn't matter. You can just have fun with it. There's a W under the nose. And there's the tongue hanging out, but this time you can see the bottom of its chin, not like the one in the middle. You can see the chin on this one. Again, the eyes let a little bit of the paper show through, makes the eyes look shiny. It's got some little tufts on its head. That's a very rare breed, but I've no idea what it's called. You've got to think up some names. Here's with the more pointy up here, is just two triangles. Two triangles sticking up. There's the back of that's the back of the head, that's like the neck. And we have a little dome there, and a straight line. That come back on itself, we can just have a little nose there. I've coloured that all the way in. Then the mouth, it's like a little curve there, another one, give it a little smile if you like, make it look cheerful. Just a small eye, there's an eyebrow, so it looks a little bit more cheerful. Maybe a tongue hanging out, maybe it's been running along, panting a little bit. Maybe if you've got a dog yourself, maybe this looks like yours. If you want me to draw your dog, maybe I'll just choose one of your dogs, send it in, we'll tag it onto one of these videos, I'll draw it for you. So you can just use bits and pieces of any of these drawings. You know, you could have that one I've just drawn with floppy ears maybe. This is more like a poodle type dog. So you've got those fluffy bits at the top, that's the top of the head. Longish, floppy-ish ears. And those are like the clouds and the sheep we've drawn in the past. You can't see its eyes, I'm doing a little curved up nose. There's a shiny nose. It's smiling. Its face hasn't got any woolly fur on it, or its neck. But there, I'll just continue the woolly bit, just the top of the body, that's just its shoulders. And we can work on bodies another time. I just want to do as many silly faces as we can in the time we've got. And I want you to be inspired to draw some really stupid looking animals. Okay, I've drawn the nose here, some little eyes slanting up. There's the bridge of the nose, just underneath the eyes. Great big floppy cheeks coming down. I'm going to stop it there because I want to go up in a big N shape all the way to that nose. And a little triangle. There's some wrinkly eyebrows, and this is looking more like a bulldog. See, we are getting into breeds now, but you can put your own twist on them, you know, change them around a little bit, give them little thin necks, bigger noses, smaller noses, big eyes. Just have a real good old mess around with it and see what you can come up with, and send them in to us, because we'll put them on our Facebook group site, and it'd be great to see a nice collection of really crazy looking dogs. I'm putting a spiky collar on that dog, which is basically a lot of triangles, a bit like our shark's teeth that we do as well. Just anything that looks sharp is basically a triangle. Here's a more miserable looking dog. I've done like a straight line with a U shape underneath it. There's a big long nose, make it even longer. Go for a really, really long nose. It's smiling. It looks a bit evil, this one. I'm making it up as I go along. I've never drawn this before. So I'm giving it some sharp teeth just to make it look different. And big floppy ears. I could have made them longer if I had enough room. That one's flicking up a little bit. And a little neck. That's a good way of drawing a collar, just a curved shape. There's the inside of the collar, you can just see there. Right, just a pair of round eyes with dots in the middle. Long nose. Okay, big shiny nose on it. N shape at the top for the top of its head. It's got a big face, a big head, this one. Floppy ears, not too big. And there, it's a great big squarish sort of face. You get all sorts of different shapes and sizes, and if you were drawing along with that, you could make that face even bigger. You know, you can make that nose really short that I've done here. Little bags under its eyes. Bigger ears. More like a chihuahua type thing. And you can just join that. It doesn't even need a mouth sometimes. It just makes it look funnier. Just join it up with a few strokes of your pen. Here's a little bit of a body for you. There's its hip. There's its front leg just tucking up behind it. You hardly have to draw any lines, and there's a dog running along at high speed. Here we've got another pair of big ears. That's another strange looking animal, this one. Little shiny nose. Again, I'm just making these up as I go along, and that's what I'd like you to do. I'd just like you to get creative. Some will work better than others, and who knows, you might come up with a character that'll stay with you forever. You might always draw it. You might be famous for it, for drawing that one character. So don't forget to sign it when you've done it, when you've chosen that one that you might just come across just by experimenting. Just have fun with it. That dog's got his tongue sticking out as well. So there's a droopy spiky ear. Long nose, like a dachshund type of dog. There's a long chin, but a little sticky out neck. You know, you won't recognise any of these breeds, I don't think, but they look a little bit like some that you might be familiar with. Circles again. Little eyebrows, top of the head, floppy ears. Smaller nose that time. And that's its chin. It's not its tongue, it's its chin. And there's a collar. You can colour them all as well. Then once you've got your colours on there, they're going to look different again. Every single one is, you know, very, very similar in the way I draw them, but they all look completely different, and they're all different characters. You've got to give them names. You've got to make up names for them all as well. You can put tags on the necks if you come up with a favourite. There's some spiky ears, some angry eyes. That's more like a Doberman type of dog with a long nose. Maybe some eyebrows on the top. Little mouth. Thicker neck. Again, some are going to turn out better than others. Just have a play with it. Don't feel under any pressure to get anything right here. You can't really. As long as you draw a pair of eyes and a nose. There's some dopey eyes looking a bit sorry for itself, that one. Probably lost its frisbee. Its tongue sticking out. No, it's looking a bit more cheerful now. I'm going to give it a great big pair of floppy ears. One's flopping down, one's flopping up. Little neck on it. And there is the collar. So don't be limited on it, you know, just draw whatever comes to mind. Try different things out. Try pointy ears, round ears, floppy ears, massive long ears, tiny ears. Just have an experiment. I promise you will come up with a character that you actually really like and think, well, I've come up with that. I know I've used different bits and pieces, but I've come up with my own character. And just, if it is raining, which I hope it isn't, you know, but if it is and you're a bit bored, just get your pens out and just have a play at some of these stupid faces. There's an angry one, look at that, ferocious. Even the mention of rain, it's getting angry. It wants to go sunbathing. Its ears flying back, you can do that as well. So have a play, see what you come up with. Send your cartoons through to me. There's some eyes wide apart there, look. Some eyes wide apart. Why not? Shiny nose again though. There's a bridge of the nose. Floppy cheeks. Just have a go. See what you come up with. And please give me one of your big thumbs up if you've enjoyed the workshop, if you like the workshops, anything you'd like me to draw, leave a comment. Just let me know you're out there, and I'll look forward to drawing with you on the next workshop.